ITV called me in to a viewing a week before Boiling Point was going out. And it was on Channel 4 then. It was the ITV were making it. ITV Studios were making it for Channel 4. And I sat in this. It was like a little fucking mini cinema. There was like teas, coffees, biscuits. I had a packet of fig. I thought, shit, this is amazing. And then I turned around. I'm in the room on my own. There's a booth with a glass wall, and I could see a couple of execs back there. So I fucking sat back in this chair. Fucking screen opened up, and then fucking the opening credits went. I went, oh my God. That's enough. Thank you very much indeed. I'm out of here. And I think I shat an egg roll. I literally shat my pants. I sit back there now and I look back sometimes and I was like,
shat an egg roll.
No, but I couldn't quite believe just how raw that thing was. Yeah. That was not TV. That was brutal. That was a documentary, following the pursuit of trying to stand on your own 2 feet.
By the way, I decided to watch that before this.
Shit, no, Jake, Jesus Christ, you've got too much time on your hands.
Was there anywhere you didn't let the cameras go? I mean...
Well, listen, that
was proper reality TV.
And I was naive. I had no idea what that fucking microphone meant because I forgot the cameras. And people say, why do you get so upset? Because, no, that's the same. When we're on or off camera, that's me. So don't... I'm not going to play up for the sake of it. I'm passionate about what I do.
And did you need that to get the 3 stars? Or if you did sit and watch it back now, would you be going, I didn't need to act like that to be successful?
I was, half stupid, but I was in pursuit of something I'd strive for. And there was nothing that was getting in my way. Zero. And I mean zero, because everything was depending on it. We were in temporary lodgings. We had a tiny little studio. Tana had stopped working then because of Megan. We couldn't afford any home help. And so every dish I was sending, I was focusing on that jeopardy. Again, it's the jeopardy that keeps me buoyant to creating a high performance mechanism. Some may say that's a little bit too far, but I didn't know any different. I'm not blaming anybody because that was all my own self-doing. But yeah, Boiling Point. Jesus Christ.
I remember you bursting on the scene, and as you say, not just very different to Jamie Oliver, right? You were different to everybody. And I wonder, as it started to go and producers started talking to you about formats and personalities and having an impact, like how much did you think about your TV persona? Or
I didn't.
Not at all.
I didn't give a shit.
So even when you were going on chat shows and like saying outrageous stuff or dropping in the odd swear word, that wasn't, that you weren't thinking, how can I have the most impact in this next 10 minutes on this chat show?
I never had those preconceived ideas, Jake. You don't go in there with that. I mean, my first breakthrough was Kitchen Nightmares. And I'd go into these restaurants and they'd let me off the lead at the front of the door like a fucking sniffer dog. I'd go in there and there's the cameraman, a sound and a producer. I turned that place upside down. I took those things incredibly personal. And so we'd spend 10 days in this business, turning the chef around, redecorating the place, launching it. And then I'd go back a fucking month later. This is for somebody else's business.
That's the point. I'm like, because I can understand why you care about your... Why did you care about their business?
But because it wasn't a format for me. It wasn't about IP or format or success. Remember the first program, it was 5.8 million viewers. Channel 4, fucking Kitchen Nightmares. And so then all the intrusion started. Then everyone wanted to know who you were. What was your background? What makes this guy tick? And I'm like, I'm the same on or off. That there's no... And I always say there's this celebrity chef moment that we're not. And we're a real chef that works on TV. And so these restaurants then get put back on the map. They go out, viewers flock to them. These restaurants get so successful. But then when they don't work, you get blamed. When they're mega successful, you don't get any thanks. And so, yeah, Kitchen Nightmares was an important one for me because I think you got to see the sort of nuts and bolts of the industry on how stupid some of these owners are. And I just called it out.
You know who we all want to be? That person. The one who's meal prepping. They've got their organic grain bowls. They come in with their quinoa, all of that stuff. We know they're also getting a full 8 hours sleep, meditating before sunrise, never rowing with anyone, and just hitting it every time. But let's be real. Who has the time for that? Like me, you've probably got loads to juggle: kids, work, exercise, pretending that you've got everything together at the same time, and something has to give. And for me, traditionally, that was energy. And then I discovered Vitals by Heights. And these changed so much for me. Just 2 capsules, the job is done so fast. And then I know for the rest of the day, my irons, my B vitamins, my immune system's being looked after. I've got zinc for bone health, omega-3 and DHA for normal heart health. Honestly, the lot is packed into these golden little beauties. And as we see on the High Performance show so often, high performers aren't perfect. They've just worked out the smart things that make a difference. So why don't you do right by your brain, your body, and your health? Head to heights.com/Jake or enter the code HP20 at checkout for 20% off your first order.
That's me, by the way. But then I think back to the bollockings I got with Marco or Albert, Guy Savoy, Joe Robuchon. They taught me well. They taught me really well.
And loads of chefs have done the TV thing. No chef has done it to the level and the sustained level that you have. Does that also come back to the competitive nature as well?
God, it's a tough one, isn't it? I suppose what I'm trying to say, I run a restaurant, Fox run a show.
Mm.
And so
it's the same, so you're still the chef.
Fucking right I am, because I don't do that on a daily basis. So when I get a chance to do it and run a restaurant, I love it because it's me, it's live, the curtains are up and there's real bookings. There's individuals cooking. And if the lamb is raw, it's fucking raw, but they're on this show for $250,000 to lift their career. But if you've been cooking for 10 years, you can't fucking cook a rack of lamb. What the fuck are you doing in here? How do you deserve $250,000 when you're not fit for purpose? And so I can't then turn around and say, oh shit, the camera's watching. Oh, can you hear me? I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to absolutely let rip. And maybe that's just the way I am. That's the way I'm taught. So I don't want to go in there. Would you be so kind to pass me the raw lamb? I'll serve it to the fucking dog for dinner. I just, no, you muppet. Get your shit together or fuck off.
And coming back to the double-edged sword, the TV career goes amazing. Things are flying. You've popped in the States, which, as we all know, every broadcaster in the UK would love to do and very few manage it. But then at the same time, some of the reviews are tricky. Was it Hardens that had some of your restaurants in the most disappointing culinary experiences? There was huge profit drop, loss of a star at Claridge's. I'm very interested in how Gordon Ramsay dealt with that.
I don't think it's any different to a critic critiquing Man City winning the treble or Man United finishing 4th. You've got to put up with that shit.
Yeah.
What you do need to learn in life, anyone in high performance, is that you're judged by individuals that know less about food than you do. And so it's the nature of the beast. Because I don't give a fuck. Never have done, never will do.